right. Now what I'm going to do, so I'm going to disengage my horse's hindquarter. Keeping in mind, he might want to run off or buck. It's the first time he's had a saddle on. Disengage him. Now look at my left hand. I'm encouraging him not to step inside my personal space. I'm just letting him feel that saddle for the first time. Okay. Come over here to the right side again. I get my horse's focus, his mind tipped to me, disengage his hindquarter. Okay, using rhythmic pressure. Okay, this is all rhythmic pressure, asking his hindquarter to step through and feel that saddle. Also, I'm establishing control right here. If I can control his hindquarter, okay, I can control his motion. All right, it's going to set it up for success. Can even ask for a forehand yield, rhythm, coming through my chest, through my arms. Good job, buddy. Ask him, don't run away, okay? Ask him to back up. There we go. Come on the other side, rhythm. Good. Now he's starting to understand. Good. My body language. Back him up. Okay. Come over here, tighten up this saddle, just loosen up this knot, pull up on the loop, out the side, out the left side on the knot, tighten up that cinch a little bit. Okay. Now we're going to go, we're going to ask him to disengage one more time, back up. Need you to think about backing up, son. Okay, raise 1, 2, 3, 4 if I need to. Okay, you gotta be a strong leader. You have to be willing to go to phase 4 if you need to. I'm gonna keep in mind that tarp's flopping around. So I may need to disengage him if he gets afraid of that tarp flopping in the background. He's got a saddle on for the first time. He's got that tarp flopping around. Okay, so I have to be aware of that, but also read him. He looks like he's pretty confident right now. So I'm just gonna send him on a circle at a walk, see if he can remember his principles. Again, this is why we're doing all this stuff. As we expose them to new stimulus, we want them to become more confident than they were the last time, okay? So now that we've done all of our groundwork exercises without the saddle and exposing him to objects and obstacles, we put a saddle on, okay? And even having a tarp blown in the wind, he's already calmer than he would have been had we not done any of this. Okay. All this exposure is helping them out quite a bit, and we've actually done very little considering the sessions that we've done. All right, we've only done about, in sequence, 8 tasks, 8 to 10 tasks. Okay, and he's handled them pretty well. Okay, I'm going to ask him to trot. There we go. Trot with that saddle on. He might want to buck. That's okay. I don't care. I'll just disengage him. We'll start all over again if he bucks. Change direction. Support him. Energy up. Come in with my lead line. If not, I'll get my stick. Okay, this is why we don't just use lead lines, because it's a little bit harder. The timing is a little bit, be a little bit better with your timing, and you can't reach as far than if you have a stick. Okay, that's why I like these horsemanship sticks. Horses have long bodies. Okay, people have tall bodies. This allows me to have the length of a horse. Okay, I can reach out and be more effective as long as I use this as an extension of my body, not just a training tool or an aid. Okay, I have to have it connected to my energy, supporting my body language. There you go, buddy. Ask him to trot. Feel that saddle on him. If he wants to slow down, that's okay. I'm not going to criticize him, but I want him to feel there, that saddle on him, and relax a little bit. Now I'm going to ask him to walk. Breathe out, lift my lead rope up. Going to take the slack out of that lead rope, put some rhythm, and ask him to slow down to a walk. Good. Now that was my idea. Okay. Instead of him just stopping on his own, I asked him to stop. Now we're going to do a transition back to a trot. So I'm trotting in my body, lift, lead, and touch. There. There. If he wants to slow down, he can. I'm going to remind him, don't come into me with those shoulders. Don't come into me. Good. There's our sideways. That's why sideways is important. Good. He licks his lips. I'm going to slow him down. Okay, lift my lead rope up. Ask him to slow down. Take the slack out of my rope with my right hand. Lift my left hand and put rhythm into it. I'm going to disengage his hind quarter. Good. Turn face. Look at me. Now I'm going to back him up out of my personal space and just say, you need to stay out there, partner. Okay, for now. All right, this horse is a little bit spacey, so I'm going to do more things that back him up and take him outside of my personal space than a horse that wanted to be away from me. Okay, energy up. Walk in my body, lead and lift. Okay, touch if I need to. See if he can do a circle around me. Attaboy. Okay. Drive his shoulder if he gets too close. Energy up. Ask him to trot, lead, lift, touch. Attaboy. Attaboy. And if he wants to turn and face for the first time, I'll allow him to do it. He tried to arc and bend and look to the center of the circle for the first time with the saddle on. I'll allow it. Okay? Because that's what we're looking for in the long run. If he offers it to me right off the bat, I'll stop and allow him to rest. Okay? Okay, do that again a couple more times with the saddle on. Good. All right. Energy up. Lead him. Lift my stick, swing my stick, touch my horse's shoulder. Okay, ask him to go further out in that circle. Get a little bit further away from me, partner. I want to keep trotting. Keep trotting. Attaboy. Just feel that saddle. Attaboy. Okay, don't look away. Don't look away. Okay. Doesn't matter what he's looking at. I just want him to trot. Think about relaxing. Okay. Don't look away. I just tapped his hind quarter and encouraged him to stay looking toward the inside of the circle. Good. And don't run me over. Okay, some of the times these little colts will not remember where your space is, and they'll try to run you over and come to the inside of the circle a little bit too much when they disengage. So you just have to remind them, don't run me over. Okay, I'll ask him to walk with that saddle on, walk with that saddle on. Thinking about 1, 2, 3, 4 in my body. It's doing pretty good. Do a forehand yield. We'll come over here to this tarp. It's been blowing in the wind. And we'll see if he can investigate the tarp. I'm going to stand on the edge of this tarp and I'm going to send him to it. Okay? I don't need to cross it with him. There, he can get curious. If he tries to run across it, I'll turn face, disengage, let him think, and turn him the other way. I don't want him to run over this. I want him to start to think about crossing. Turn, face, about going over the other way. Good. Okay. Ask him to cross to the right. Disengage, turn and face. Okay. Good. He starts to investigate. That's what I want to see. I want to see him taking an interest in thinking about this tarp. Not just running across it. There you go, buddy. He tries to run away. I'll just disengage him. Turn face. Ask him again. There, that's better. See why we need this exposure? We need exposure to make sure that our horses are ready for changing environments, okay? So I'm gonna help this little horse out by asking him to cross this tarp, approach or retreat until he starts to build confidence, okay? It's going to help him build confidence with having a saddle on. It's going to build confidence in my leadership. It's going to teach him how to relax and not just run through pressure. And eventually he won't worry about this stuff anymore. Eventually he won't worry about crossing tarps. Turn face, disengage, think about the obstacle. Okay, the obstacle is the release of pressure. Okay, he offered that. Okay, that was his idea. Turn, face, disengage, back up. It was his idea to come across the tarp. Okay, licks his lips. Means he's thinking and processing an idea. He's starting to gain confidence. He wants to bite that stirrup. I say, well, I've got better things to do. Why don't you check out that tarp? Good. Okay. Look at his hindquarter. Ask him to turn face, disengage. Think about the tarp. Good. All right. So now we've done most of our exercises on the ground, okay, with the saddle on. There's one more thing that I want to play with a little bit. Okay, I'm going to come back over to our fence. Okay, that was good. That tarp lifted up behind him and he really didn't react too much. Okay, I'm going to come over here to my fence, send him to the fence, and ask him to do a little bit of sideways. Good. Okay, we don't have to do a lot. Just get him exposed to it. We can do more as we progress, okay? And in the days and weeks to come, we're gonna ask him to go all the way down this fence line, okay? But for today, he can just take a few steps and stop. Good. So that he knows that he's on the right pathway. Now I'm gonna, again, ask him with this right hip to disengage, to step underneath himself. There. Good job, buddy. Okay. Isolate, separate, recombine. You don't just have to get hard on them if they're not disengaging. Okay. You can also break it down if they're not disengaging on the fence. Come back to your hindquarter yield, okay, and get them soft. If they're trying to brace their hip or trying to kick you, okay, then you can start to apply a little bit more pressure on them. All right. Going to make sure that he can yield his shoulders off of steady pressure. Okay. Gonna ask hair. Good. Hair. Good. Ask that left front to yield. Now I'll ask the hindquarter, one step and stop. Hair, skin, muscle. Okay. Try that again. Here. There you go, buddy. Perfect. Make sure that you can duplicate it. Here. Just hang in there for a second. Good. He moved away. He doesn't have to do it quickly, right? All he has to do is make an attempt. Okay? Just the slightest try. Good. Hair, skin. Good. Hair, skin. Get his attention. Muscle. Good. Okay. I'm asking and releasing. I'm just not just holding pressure. I'm asking, hair, skin. If he walks off, I'll lift my lead rope up and say, don't walk away. I just want your hip. Hair, skin, good. Don't walk away. He's got to learn to back up, not just brace on top of me. There. Okay, so we start riding him. He's not looking at leaning on us. He's moving those hind feet backwards. Don't lean on me. Just back up. Don't lean on me. Don't lean on me. Don't lean on me. Lean on me. Good. Okay. So I'm teaching him not to lean on pressure, whether it's coming from my finger or whether he's trying to put his weight on my shoulder. Okay, he's putting his head on top of me, and so I'm driving with my arm and saying, don't lean against me. Don't lean against me. Good. Okay, now we'll go back to our steady pressure. Good. Hair, skin, muscle, bone. Hair, good. Okay. When he leans, that's dominance. Okay, so we have to stick with this until he relaxes. I'm going to lift my lead rope up and ask him to disengage his hindquarter off of follow feel of steady pressure. Okay, if I have to help him by tipping his mind, I will. But hair, skin, muscle, bone. Okay, tip his nose. Tell him I'm talking to that hip. Good. Okay, he needs to start getting lighter and more responsive. If he doesn't, I'm going to do something about it. Good. 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 Now he's starting to respond. One. So I'm just going to check one more time with the backup. I'm going to lift my rope up. Just going to have that lead rope rest on my thumb and then rhythmically drive. If he doesn't come off the steady pressure, I'm going to ask him with rhythm. Okay, here's steady. Okay, asking with steady. Rhythm to support. Don't lean on me with your nose. Good. Okay, now he's starting to lighten up. It's just what we want. I want to lead him forward. I want to be able to stop and back him up. Okay, lead him forward, stop, back him up. Lead him forward, stop, back him up. Okay, all right. So, right there, that concludes our colt starting or young horse development training program. Okay, what you've seen is an outline of the principles that are needed to get a horse to start forming a relationship with you based on communication, trust, and also partnership, leading from our groundwork exercises into our saddling, which includes accept the human, accept the saddle, and eventually what we're going to work on in our next series is accept the rider and riding principles with young horses. But this video series will get you started in developing young horses and putting the relationship first, okay? Like I said, both building their confidence and their respect systems. This horse, we're working on his respect system, okay? He's pretty darn confident. We see the tarp blowing over there. We can see how confident he is with the stick, with me jumping on and off of him, with the saddle, okay? But there are some things like yielding that he needs more respect, okay? This program will help you diagnose and also monitor how well those horses are owning a skill and idea, okay? We're making it their idea, and we're just the leader. All right, thank you very much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you at a course soon.